What's up? Welcome back to another Commercial Trucking Chronicle video. It's your boy Swizzy. I'm back with another one. So listen, right? I'm talking to the owner operators right now. Well, this is an overall video for anybody in the trucking industry. If you have any knowledge of any cryptos and basically if you're one of those people out there who feel that the broker transparency laws should be enforced by Congress, let me let you in on something. There's so much corruption going on. I mean, they can make all the laws they want to push for this broker transparency between the shippers and the the broker and the motor carriers, so that you can see what the price is. But at the end of the day, what it all comes down to is the settlements, right? Accounts receivable, okay? Because when that shipper makes his payment, right, and it goes through his bank, that's where the light got to get shined on how much they're sending, okay? And there needs to be transparency there, all right? So these international settlements that these shippers, because a lot of this stuff is coming internationally, you know what I'm saying, and they use these big banks to settle these to settle the those payments, right, all the way down to when it come in and it go to the carrier, the motor carrier, right? With the big banks are looking for, they're looking to be able to use a technology that is going to have 100% transparency. And so on a local level, usually you got a local driver, somebody that's here in the United States Republic or in the U.S. Trying to get paid for some goods or some services they're transporting. They're part of a supply chain. The stuff could be coming from international, you know what I'm saying, outside of the international or the continental republic, right? So that payment has to get settled even on their end. They need that wherever it comes from, they still, and if you deal with the ports and stuff like that, there's a lot of goods and services and things that are being transported. But so we're moving into a time where this information, this new technology that we're beginning to embrace, and it's blockchain. It's the blockchain, okay? And I made a video about it before. Will trucking get better with blockchain technology? Well, we're moving closer and closer to that time. All right, and I'm gonna let you hear something really fast, and it's a small clip. I want you to hear what this guy's got to talk about. They're talking about the monetary things, but they're talking about the big international banks and how they're trying to settle a lot of this, because look, let me tell you something. When you got the National Treasury or the U.S. Treasury or somewhere here in the United States talking about they're missing billions of dollars, so, a lot of that money has to do with some goods and services, of course, right? Not just or retail, all right? There's corporations and stuff like that whose money is tied up in some of these places. So listen to this. Listen to this.
For instance, in the supply chain example we saw earlier, the ledger could incorporate GPS tracking data, ensuring full information and transparency among all the interested parties in the supply chain. And any operation involving one or more of these elements is carried out in the execution environment. As mentioned already, each unified ledger involves only the intermediaries and assets required for that particular use case. For example, payment between two individuals would bring together the user's banks as providers of tokenized deposits and the central bank as providers of CBDC.
So there you go. They're talking about tokenization. Tokenization is done on the blockchain, all right? And then they're also talking about central banks. When we talk about central banks, we're talking about the big banks, all right? And they're also looking at the supply chain. They're looking at the transportation. They're looking at the, GPS tracking of moving things from where it's going to who, you know what I'm saying? We're looking at who's getting paid, how much they're getting paid. They're watching everything. I play a little bit more of this, then we get back into our discussion because I'm going to ask you a couple questions, what you think about this.
DCs. Now, for the unified ledger to be a practical proposition, it has to meet the highest standards of data confidentiality and cyber resilience. Data partitions ensure that information is accessible only to the respective authorized parties within their partition domain. And meanwhile, cryptographic techniques facilitate the confidential sharing of data.
All right, there we go right there. So I'm just going to end it right there. So do you think that blockchain technology is going to make the trucking industry great again? Do you believe? See, because we're over here screaming and hollering, we need to get paid more. We need to, we need broker transparency. We need to know what the rates are and stuff like that. Like, ain't none of that going to happen through Congress. It's not. They could push for it all they want until they release a whole new system. Until this new system comes in, that's why I say they robbing you because they know their time is up. The middleman about to be out of there. These brokers are going to be a done deal. Share this video, like this video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel so you can get some more information. I'm trying to tell you this blockchain technology is about to change the whole trucking industry. Why do you think they're coming out with the electronic trucks and all that other stuff? So we who are invested in this crypto, and there are certain cryptos that have real use case as far as this is concerned. If you're invested in these things, you could start a whole fleet of electric trucks in a minute and be right in the blockchain technology and right in the supply chain and all of that. Just, just focus on and think about like what's to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're not taking advantage of truck drivers the way they are for no reason. They're trying to get as much money as they can, you know what I'm saying, on the low. Wow, this trucking industry has trillions of dollars tied up in it. Transportation? Are you serious? Global? Import, export? Why do you think they're going after the Panama Canal? Trump is trying to retake possession of the Panama Canal right now. Like, let me know what you think about that. I'm going to wrap it up, man. I just want to put that out there and let you know. See, there's a whole lot of other things that's going on. But as it stands, we're like $36 trillion in debt. The United States, $36 trillion in debt. And it just keeps growing with interest and everything. So they got to do something. They got to do something. And you can't have these billions of dollars just coming up in the U.S. Treasury missing. You can't do that. Right? We try to make this country great again. Trump's trying to make it great again. I believe that they're trying to do everything because they've been so corrupt for the last however many years, 4 years or 8 years. They're trying to just mess it up so bad for the man. So when he comes in, he got all this in his lap. But that happens with every administration. When they come in, they got to sort out the problems from the previous administration. There's always something, right? But I know for a fact that the trucking industry is going to be greatly affected massively, because it's a supply chain. All right. We have to have goods. We have to have a lot of, saying, day to day, supplies. Right. If we don't bring it in, if we don't, it's not gonna get. How you gonna get it? It's gotta get trucked in, and they know this. They know this. They know it. Just like they know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? With these assets, these cryptos and stuff like that. They know these things are gonna blow. They know it. And they know that the trucking industry is going to turn around and it's going to take off. They ain't unleashed all of the AI and all that stuff yet, because they want to do that when it's time to be in compliance, and they want to make sure that everything, the rules of the road, yeah, as far as crypto and, you know what I'm saying, the self-driving vehicles or whatever and everything, so everything runs smooth. Electric vehicles and everything else. But man, when I tell you, every time I hear stuff like this, man, I'm like, I know it. I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon. It's on the forefront. You give it by 2025. We're on the cuffs of it right now. By about 2026, 2027, you're gonna have all kinds of autonomous stuff popping, because this is how they're gonna track it all, right? And all you guys that think, well, I'm not going to be compliant. I don't want this camera. I don't want this tracking. I don't want this. You ain't going to have a chance. Okay, you're not going to have a chance at making none of the money that's going to be out here. And because you probably ain't going to have your banks linked up. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be hooked up to where you can receive money from. You got to have all that stuff. All your ducks got to be in a row. So, hey, man. Do me a favor if you haven't already. I don't know if I said this. Share this video with somebody that you know is in the trucking industry, or somebody that you know that might be into some, blockchain technology, tokenization, and let me know which cryptos you feel like are going to be the ones that are going to be that have the use case to be able, you know what I'm saying, to bring about the tokenization, to bring about to facilitate, you know what I'm saying, payments, and that's going to be able to help out with that transparency. Well, that's the blockchain. So, all right, it's your boy. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.